Hi everyone, it's Laura Milligan. Thank you for joining me today. I have two super cute projects featuring the stitched triangle dies and the tree angle stamp set, and I can hardly wait to show you. So let me switch my camera down and let's start creating. All right, so the projects I'm creating today use the tree angle stamp set, which is found in our August to December mini catalog, and then the stitched triangle dies, which are in the annual catalog. The first project that I want to make is just a really cute gift idea for the holidays. If you need something that looks super cute and is not really expensive, what's better to give than chocolate, right? So let me just show you a real cute and quick idea. All right, so I find these chocolate bars locally and they are not very expensive, and what I'm going to do today is wrap them individually and then tie them up in a little packet. So I have my 3 little chocolate bars. I have a stitched oval die, and then I have a scallop oval die, 2 small stitched triangles, and then some early espresso cardstock that we'll cut to fit. This paper that I'm using is from the 'Tis the Season 6x6 designer pack. This is, let me just pull this out so you can see some of the patterns. Look at the candy canes. There's plaids and checks, stripes, holly, really cute. And then I always like to take a peek at the back. And then again, there's just some more really cute patterns. The colors in this are basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, shaded spruce, and whisper white. So those are pretty much the basic Christmas colors, which I love. I love the traditional Christmas colors. All right, so I'm going to start by doing my stamping, and I'm going to be using the Mary from the tree angle stamp set, and I'll just stamp that in real red. And I'm going to put this a little bit towards the left, just like that. And that actually is all the stamping that I'm going to do for this project. So I'll set that aside, and now I'm going to just attach this to the back of my scallop oval. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And we'll just position that right on there, like that. Then I'm going to take these 2 trees, and again, these were cut from the triangle dies, I'm sorry, and look at all the different triangles that you get. This is a great value for your money. So for this one, I used actually, let me just show you. I used this triangle shape, and then I also used more of the tall, narrow triangle shape. And you can see that when you do this, these are stitched, so you get stitching on the paper, which I love that. Let me set those aside. Okay, so we're just, to attach these, first of all, I'm going to take some paper snips and just hand cut some trunks for this tree, for both of these trees. So I'm going to make one a little bit wider and then one a little bit narrower. Okay, so we'll use those, and I'm going to go ahead and attach these to the back of my tree shapes with a glue dot. There we go. I'm going to put the skinnier one on the tall, narrow tree, about like that. And then this wider one, I'm going to straighten this up a little bit before I attach it. Get that straight. There, that looks better. All right, and again, I'll grab a glue dot here. Got my tree. That'll go right there. Then I'm going to attach these, and I'm going to put this one on first, and I'll just use my seal. I'll attach this one flat, and I'm going to have it hang over the edge a little bit, like that. And then I'll take this little tree, and this one I'll pop up with some dimensionals. I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. The other regular ones would be fine, but I'm just going to go ahead and attach that to the oval. Now that at least where I live, the weather's cooling down, so it's time to think about Christmas. We all know what's coming, right? So there's my little focal point. And then I have 3 different pieces of this paper, and it is cut, I believe, it's 4 by 5 1/4. Any of these patterns will work. So I'm going to go ahead and just attach these. You know, you can do the same thing with the giant candy bars and just wrap one. You could use this same little focal point. But I don't know, there's something cute about a stack of the smaller ones that I really like. We'll just attach that. And this, I love that pattern. Oh, I love the plaid too. Sometimes it's hard to pick with our designer paper which side you want to use. They're both so cute. All right, so we'll do this. All right, then what I like to do is just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of each of these, because I want to kind of hold this stack together. I think that will help with that. Just a touch. You don't need a lot. All right, so there's my little stack. And then I'm going to use this braided linen trim in Real Red. And I'm just going to wrap this up like a package. We'll just wrap this. I love this trim. It's really easy to work with. Okay, now let me get my paper snips here and snip. Slide that under there. And I'm going to knot this first, and then I'll tie a bow. Okay, so we'll get that nice and tight. And then before I tie my bow, I'm going to use some of the jingle bells. These were carried over last year from our holiday catalog, and they're just fun, especially on a little gift package like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this twine through my bell and do my bow. Like that. Something about a jingle bell, I don't know, they're just fun. It's kind of like balloons at a birthday party. You have to have that. And I feel like at Christmas, jingle bells, you have to have jingle bells at Christmas time. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and just attach this right on the front. Isn't that so cute? I would love to get this gift. I'm a chocoholic. It's probably good that I'm wrapping up these candy bars, because then I won't be so tempted to eat them today when I see them sitting in my studio. So this is a safety measure for myself, I guess. All right, so we'll just put that right there like that with the dimensionals. And then I'm going to use the wonderful gems. These are also from our August to December mini catalog. They are probably one of my favorite embellishments. They are just beautiful. They're real red and then clear, and they have specks of glitter in them to make them sparkly. Right, I'm going to take my take your pick tool. This has putty on this end, and you just turn this a little bit, the putty comes out, and it makes it so much easier to pick up these embellishments. I love using this, and you can get little refills for the putty end, which is also really cute and convenient. All right, so there's that. Let me just add, I'm just gonna put 3 little red gems on there like that. All right. So there's my first project, super quick, super easy, and I just love these stitch triangles. All right, let me show you the next project. The next one is a really cute card, and I was inspired by a card I had seen made by another demonstrator, Angela Metz, and so thank you, Angela, for this inspiration. I did tweak her idea a little bit to make it my own, and so that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'm starting out with a excuse me, 8.5 by 11 sheet of real red paper, and what I like to do is score this at 4 1/4, the long ways. So on my paper trimmer, this lighter gray is my scoring blade, so I just like to run that down and back, and then I'm going to turn this and cut with my cutting blade at 5 1/2. So then I end up with 2 pieces of cardstock that will be my card base, and so they're both scored. So I scored once and cut once, and now I have two card bases ready to go. And really, when you're stamping, if you're cutting your cardstock and getting all your supplies out, why not make 2 at the same time? All right, so I'm going to just fold this in half. See how nice that folds with that scoring already done. And now I'm going to take a piece of designer paper. This is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and it is from the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. Look how cute that back side of that one is. I'm going to adhere this to the card front, my stamp and seal. All right, next I'm going to do a little stamping, and I am going to punch a shape from the Label Me Fancy punch. We'll go ahead and punch that out. And I'll use I'm going to use real red and then shaded spruce. And these stamps also are from the Tree Angle stamp set. So I'm going to start with the shaded spruce, and I'm stamping, let me bring this in to show you, I'm going to stamp these little ornaments here just right in the upper right hand corner of this little punched shape. Do those about right there like that. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Those are cute. And then I'm going to grab that Mary again, and I'm going to put that down towards the bottom, about like that. All right, so there's that. I'm going to set that aside a minute and put together the rest of the card front. Now this was really fun to create, and let me pull in the parts and pieces so you can see what I used. I have already gone ahead and cut these with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and it cuts so easily. I am really, really loving that. So these are the pieces that I used. Oh, I left one in my bag. Let me pull that in here. There we go. Okay, so I used 3 of the same size triangles. I cut 2 in red, and I actually did these in felt, and even on these you can see that the stitching even comes through on the felt, which I thought was really cool. So 2 of those, and then 1 of the longer, narrower, and there's a stitching on that one, a white one, 2 teeny tiny white ones. This one goes with that, same size. And then actually this one, this is Petal Pink. And then you need a little scrap of petal pink and also of whisper white. I'll show you what we'll do with that. So let me show you, let me bring in my dies again and just show you. So for this size, it is the third smallest triangle die that I used. These two little pieces are the teeniest one, and I'm not sure where that, well, is that it? I'm not sure if that's it or not. Okay, yeah, that is it. It's the smallest triangle. And then for the tall, narrow one, we'll use this. So we needed two of those, one in white and one in the red felt. You may be wondering where the red felt is from, and it actually is in our mini catalog, the August to December mini catalog. It's a packet of 4 different colors: mint macaron, white, and early espresso, and then of course I used the red. And like I said, it goes through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine beautifully. So easy to use. So this is going to be, believe it or not, all these parts and pieces are going to go together to be a Santa Claus. So I have embossed this piece and this piece. This is going to be Santa's beard, and then this is part of his fur cap. So let me just show you how I put this together. I started with 2 of the felt pieces, and because this is Santa's suit, I thought the felt was perfect for this project, because I'm sure that Santa's suit is probably made of red, something soft and warm like red felt. So I'm going to just position those like that. And then for his beard, I did emboss this, and it was with the Old World Papers die. That's going to fit in there like that. So I'm going to start by attaching these 3 pieces. And I'll start with just this one red. And I just used my Stampin' Seal. It seemed to hold it very well. I'll position that right there. And the nice thing about this designer paper that I chose is that it has these lines going across horizontally, so it's going to help me make sure that my Santa Claus is sitting straight. I'm not going to attach the center piece yet, but I'm going to keep it in position so that when I add this second red piece, it lines up just where I need it to be. So go ahead and add some seal to the back of that. You could also use glue dots for this. You could use your mono liquid glue, but I just find that the Stampin' Seal works beautifully with this. Okay, so there's that part, and then I decided I wanted to have his beard pop up. So I'm going to use some dimensionals. Let's see, I'm going to use, I don't want to use the mini ones for this, I'll use my regular ones. Okay. That's going to go down just like that, and it just slips right in there perfectly. So it gives his beard a little bit of dimension. Okay, there's that part. And then for his face, I'm going to use the petal pink triangle. We'll attach that. That's going to sit right there like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take these tiny little triangles, and those are going to be his little beard, or mustache, I guess it is. So I'm going to put those on with glue dots. That way. Okay. And then for his nose, I'm going to use the heart from the Dog Builder Punch. So Santa's going to have a heart-shaped nose. And I'll just rest that on there. Actually, I'm going to put that on with a mini dimensional. We'll just give that a little pop. There, isn't that cute? All right, and then of course, Santa needs a hat. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this, again, with my stamp and seal. I'm going to slide that down. I don't want too much of his face to show. And then I'm going to put a glue dot on the end of this and just use that glue dot to hold this down, like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take this white piece that, again, I have embossed with that Old World Papers embossing folder. And this, I'm going to just cut across. These two are the same size. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut across to give him a little fur trim on his hat. And it doesn't have to be real wide. So that'll just fit on there right like that. So let me go ahead and attach that. Oops, I'm not sure I got any adhesive on that. Okay. Put some glue dots on there. All right, we'll just position that right in place, like that. And then, of course, our Santa needs some eyes. And so I am using the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I gave my Santa Claus blue eyes. If you wanted your Santa to have black eyes, you could use any of these and just color them with the black Stampin' Blends and make them black. But I kind of thought he was cute with blue eyes. Don't you think? All right. So then I'm gonna take my little punched piece and add this to my card. And I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. I love dimensionals, and if you've watched any of my other videos, I use them all the time. Speaking of that, if you are watching, I would love for you to hit that button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll be notified anytime I post a video, and I would appreciate that. Okay. So so far, that's what I've done. And then I'm going to use this red linen trim again and tie a bow. And again, I'm going to bring in a jingle bell. I'll use that. I like the green ones. They're pretty close. Yeah, they're the shaded spruce color. So that's why I chose that color of ink for this project. And I'm just going to slip this through. I'll tie a bow. And I'll attach that to that punched shape. That. I'm going to make my bow a teeny bit smaller. I don't want it to overpower the whole thing. And of course, we want Santa Claus to be the focal point. So I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And take a glue dot. And position that right there. And how cute is that? So there's the card front. I love Santa Claus, and I think this one is particularly cute. Oh, and I almost forgot, he needs a little ball of fur on the end of his cap. So I, again, am using the Dog Builder punch, and I'll just punch. I have enough left over of his little fur, the triangle that I cut for his fur trim. So I'll just go ahead and punch that, and that will have a little bit of dimension too, so it will look fuzzy and fluffy, just like the rest of him. And I'll go ahead and attach that with a glue dot. Right on there, like that. And there he is. Now he's all complete. So then for the inside of the card, I always like to line my cards with if I'm using a colored card base, I like to line my cards with a 4x5 1/4 panel of Whisper White. I just think it finishes it and makes it, it just makes it look really nice. Whoops. place. And there are lots of different words that you could put on the inside of your card. Happy wishes to you and yours, joy and cheer, greetings, all real cute. So those are my 2 projects for today. And the projects that I featured in this video are some of the products that you'll be getting if you subscribe to my September Bee Box. And I will put information on my Bee Box. It is my monthly card class to go, and I will put information on that down below in the video description. Let me bring both of these in. And I hope you have enjoyed these projects today. I hope you'll give them a try. If you have any questions, you can email me at laura@lauramilligan.com or visit my website at lauramilligan.com. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Have a great day, my friends. Bye-bye.